Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item in The Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined, as always, by a Romeo who ain't found oubliette, Gary Butterfield.
Aw, Romeo
Yeah.
and Juliet. That's like a more clever version of a Pride and Prejudice and Zombies kind of thing.
Thank
Like
you,
could have
Gary.
made a mint during that period.
Gary, I know what you're saying colloquially, but now I'm realizing I don't know how they make mints.
What is
mint, Gary?
What is it's a plant.
Okay, but I mean
leaf.
like a peppermint, like a lifesaver peppermint. What is that sub? Is it just chalk?
Yeah, it's sugar.
Okay.
It's sugar. It's probably a little bit of oil from that plant.
Gary, sugar soft and powder. How they make hard chalky?
You add water. You boil it.
Do you?
You know. Yeah, you boil it and it turns into like a gel, and you can like harden it. You can add gelatins and stabilizers.
But why it gets so hard? Like it get hard, Gary. It hurt my teeth when I chew.
Peppermint patty?
No, fuck off, dude. I'm talking about like a lifesaver.
You're talking about a Starlight Mint, motherfucker. But you said peppermint patty like three times.
Listen to no. You heard peppermint patty because of your weird fucking peanuts shit. Where you wanna get in that three-way, don't you? Between Marcy
Peppermint
and
patty with peppermint patty, the redhead.
The redhead. Yeah, don't
Is she
confuse
the
her.
little
I mean,
redhead?
she's Auburn, I believe, in her coloring. You got to be careful because there's the little redheaded girl who has no name.
I was trying to think of which one I was hot for.
I mean, Marcy. Everyone's hot for Marcy.
Well, their children will. No, if you meant a hard candy, that is how they make it. They melt it down and stuff. I watched a thing about it yesterday.
What?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Are you okay?
I watched this.
Is this what happens when I go out of town? You just become grandpa? Instant grandpa?
I've been instant grandpa for a little while. You can't podcast with Cole this long without getting like 30 years older.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's a great way to like be older than you are. Me and Liv, when we finish watching a show, I'll flip on YouTube and I'll just let YouTube serve me up some shit.
Like
look at some things. And it was
so you're a weird mixture of a grandpa and a 6-year-old.
Yes, grandpa child.
Watch your Bippy. Watch your skibbity toilet.
I'm not turning on Bippy. I'm flipping through Bippy, okay?
Yeah. You're still getting a lot of skibbity toilet as far as I can tell.
There's no skibbity toilet. I learned how to make candy. I'm trying to explain.
Then make me some fucking candy.
I'm not a confectioner. But I saw a Wired thing with a guy who's a confectioner who definitely had kids in his basement. Like he had that kind of vibe. He was really scary. He looked like an A24 movie.
How was the candy?
As like a guy. The candy looked awesome, but his whole point was he was trying to make a 4-course meal like in Willy Wonka, and he made ham candy.
Huh. That's
hard
bad.
candy.
Hard candy that tastes like ham. Yeah. No, I just hate it.
While he was going on, he's like, when you think about ham, the flavor reminds you, you're thinking about smoke and sweet, and it brings you back. And he's just very eloquent in a way that is off-putting.
Yeah, this man is very dangerous because just hearing you do an impression of him, I now crave the ham candy, Gary. This man could do anything.
I'd try the ham candy.
I'd try the ham candy for sure.
Ham candy.
You said smoky, and I was like, yeah, I could kind of fuck with the ham candy.
Right, a smoky bacon flavor kind of. I don't know. I was pretty much on board for everything. There was also a corn candy, like a savory corn candy, and I was
we already have a number of candies that aspire to at least corn facsimile.
Yes, this is a savory corn candy.
Okay,
interesting. I know. I was just like, and it was fun to watch. I'm telling you,
I watched an A24 movie last night.
What'd you watch?
I saw The Zone of Interest.
Oh, The Zone of Interest.
Yeah.
That was The Zone of Interest.
Interesting.
Okay. They should call it Zone of Interesting.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about if I worked at Pizza Hut, I think about that a lot, right?
Yeah.
If I worked at Pizza Hut, first of all,
lots of free pizza.
Yes. You'd
be dead.
Okay. That's rude.
Because of all the free pizza. You like Pizza Hut pizza.
I'm sorry, you're doing a Star Wars reference. Okay.
Oh, what?
You'll be dead.
What? That's not Star Wars can't have "You'll be dead."
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I can. He says, "No, Luke Skywalker says you'll be careful," and then the man says, "You'll be dead."
Was Luke Skywalker going to eat a lot of poison pizza?
It's not clear. I don't know what Gary. They
I
never
haven't really watched those movies.
Gary, they never show us the menu at the cantina. I don't know what kind of food service they're doing.
It's
I don't know
also
if
really boring movies. You got to check out at some point. Like maybe he eats some pizza. I don't know.
Yeah, but like maybe I think it might be one of those bars where they're just like, no, you can just Uber in some food, but we're not.
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
God, the fucking health inspector in Mos Eisley, you do not want to mess with that guy.
Yeah,
he's a hut, but not one of the sexy ones.
No, he's a bad hut.
Unlike
like Pizza Hut. No, you die because you love Pizza Hut. I just want to remind everybody you love Pizza Hut. You love Pizza Hut.
I don't know that I do, but
you did for a long time.
As far as character
there's a
assassination
version of
goes,
me. There's at least one version of you in your version history.
Oh, are
really
there
like Pizza Hut.
Gary, it's interesting how all of the old versions of me that live in your head are the fattest, worst versions of me.
Is that some kind of Hamilton restaurant reference?
Yeah. This is the room where it happens, parentheses, a friend betrays me.
It's not fat. You just like pizza.
I guess I do. I'm being informed by credible sources that I just fucking love Pizza Hut.
You like Pizza Hut.
Okay.
I know it's true. Why are you trying to grow?
Anyway, if I worked at Pizza Hut, I'd be pitching like hell right now the Pizzone of Interest.
Oh, the Pizzone of Interest is very good.
Yeah, it's a pizzone, and the pizzone itself is perfectly pleasant and beautiful looking, and then you surround it on all sides with scorpions.
In this situation, the scorpions are the Nazi work camps, right?
Yes, there's something deadly and horrifying that is just out of frame at all times.
Gotcha. I was trying to remember if I was thinking of the right A24 movie, which I was.
It's intense. I recommend seeing it in theaters because the sound design is vital to it.
Nice.
Because they keep the camera off things, but one of the whole themes of the movie is you can't keep out the sounds.
Last night, me and Liv watched an episode of The X-Files where Giovanni Ribisi gets lightning powers, and they're in an arcade with Jack Black. And for some reason, the sounds of Sonic the Hedgehog are playing constantly, and it drove me crazy.
So it seems like we had comparable pop culture experiences, is what Gary is suggesting.
Yeah, it was pretty similar in terms of weightiness, and I also recommend seeing that episode of The X-Files in the theaters.
Also,
the sound design is very key to making you mad about there being an arcade port of Sonic.
Maybe do a double feature with the VR episode.
Yeah, or a double feature of these two movies, this movie and this episode of X-Files.
Sure.
Together. There should be which X-Files episode you pair with all the Holocaust movies.
Yeah.
Just to, like to get you out of it, you know?
Yeah, Gary, which X-Files episode would you pair with Schindler's List?
Fearful Symmetry, the season 2 episode about invisible tigers escaping from the zoo.
I'm sorry, Gary, we were looking for Clive Bruckman's Final Repose.
Fuck.
So Gary, what's this card do? Gary, I'm back. I disappeared for a week, and we didn't put out any episodes.
No, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back. Good to have you back. Big thanks to Gwen. Gwen's great. I felt very self-conscious about those episodes because I can step back a lot and just let you blather on in regular weeks, and I couldn't do it when Gwen was here. So it made me feel quite self-conscious.
So every time there's a guest on, I realize what the actual secret sauce of Guppy is. Okay. And it's, I don't mean to sound arrogant, but it is a thing I do.
Yeah.
And it is that I am willing to go apocalyptically angry over nothing in 2 seconds.
And yeah, that was a thing because neither Gwen nor I were angry about anything that entire hour.
I know, you were just talking about your weed gummies. You were so excited to talk about drugs and then be like, I don't do drugs.
Yeah, well, I kind of got back into doing weed gummies. I couldn't sleep.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks. I'm trying to get a doctor to fix it. But like, I had Jeremy on for that week and we just talked about like pussy and stuff. Like, I just talk about my normal interest because nobody gets mad.
Yeah.
You know?
No one calls you to account for being a boring person except me. I'm a valuable resource in your life.
Yells at me for having regular conversations.
I might be the person in your life who yells at you most.
Yes. Like undoubtedly. Like there's not even close. Previously it would have been my ex. but I got out of that shit. Like that almost makes it sound like the second most toxic relationship in my life has just been promoted, but I don't consider a relationship toxic.
I don't think our relationship is toxic. It simply invokes the iconography of toxicity for comedy purposes.
You expose me to new kind of yelling that only sometimes triggers the feelings of my parents.
And you remind me of some episodes of The X-Files that Jack Black was on.
Yeah, I love him when he's a baby. He's just like a very little man. I don't have this card, but I know what it does from reading it. It's because you have to do a really hard challenge. This is the get out of jail free card.
Oh yeah, I get to big time Gary because I've done this challenge. Speed,
big time away.
Speed.
I find that challenge hard. Yeah. This is a consumable card that opens all the doors in the room.
Yeah, so this just does exactly what Dad's Key does. It's most interesting for the fact that it's one of the ways to pop open the Mega Satan fight without needing to do
or boss rush.
The Angel Room keys, yeah.
Yeah, or Hush. And like this is way better positioned as a consumable than a repeated item. You know, like Dad's Key is pretty mid, I think. You're giving up a lot over the course of the whole run.
Yes.
In order to have that ability. Having this as a consumable, it's like, sure, why not? I'll hold on to this.
And this is a reference to the popular board game Monopoly.
Yeah. Monopoly. I was reading about Monopoly on TV Tropes. Monopoly. Gallipoli. The Australian battle.
Yeah.
Reading about that on TV Tropes recently. And it's really interesting. In their literature, Hasbro has gotten more and more adamant about not letting you house rule it or telling you not to house rule it.
Okay.
It's an interesting game that has become way suckier because of how people have made it themselves.
Oh, sure.
Like, it's never been a good game, but like they're aware of it. And each edition is like, please don't do this. It makes games go on forever.
Please don't put the fucking free parking there and do the auctions.
Literally do the auctions. And like, they're just like, this is an optional rule technically. And it's really interesting. It reminds me of like Domino's being like, we know our pizza sucks. Except it'd be like if Domino's was like, listen, stop, putting mayonnaise on your pizza when you get home.
Or like any video game design where like there's some exploit and the devs are like, yeah, you can do that, but
don't do it. Yeah. It's really interesting. I haven't seen that a lot in a board game. So.
Yeah, especially like that class of board game, that old school class of board game that you never think about having a designer. Like who designed
exactly.
Sorry?
Like, it feels like they came with the universe, right? But if there was just a way to make Sorry way less fun, everyone was doing. I'm trying to think of a way to make Sorry less fun. Every idea I come up with makes it more fun.
Yeah, Sorry is already the second most deterministic board game after Candyland. Candyland. Yeah. Candyland literally is a deck playing itself.
Yeah.
There are no choices in Candyland.
Well, there are no choices in Chutes and Ladders either.
But there's randomness.
Yeah, there's randomness. Yeah. But
you can literally just take a deck of... You don't need the board or players. You can take a Candyland deck that has been shuffled and just say who wins.
Well, it sounds like there's randomness in that as well.
There's randomness, but it's not moment-to-moment randomness. It is determined by the shuffle.
Yeah. It's all set. It's the least number of articulation points in a game.
In many ways, it's much like life in America, where your entire future is determined by your birth.
Yeah, you're put on a track,
Yeah.
On that note, if you like this show, head on over to patreon.com.
You didn't have a choice about it. You don't have self-determination, listener. You're listening to this because you've been programmed to listen. Wake up!
Consider your demographics. What brought you to this? What company do you keep?
I've been trying to figure out why this show sometimes doesn't sound good, and I think I need to own the fact that most podcasts have less yelling.
It's because of all the yelling that you do that sometimes doesn't remind me of my parents.
It's probably because of some of the yelling that I do.
Yeah. Do we have a rating or review to read?
I sure do have a rating or review. How about this one from Horror Gainer?
Okay.
This is left on Podcast Addict. Gale sucks so fucking bad, fucking so good at magic that the literal god of magic wanted to fuck him. That's some annoying Patrick Rothfuss Kvoth bullshit. Best part of Dark Urge playthrough. 5 stars, good night. This is a 5-star review.
You'd be surprised, us in our Baldur's Gate 3, I mean, you probably wouldn't be surprised, in our Baldur's Gate 3 podcast, trashing Gale a bit. has resulted in some very defensive reactions from people who love Gale. I was surprised.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not surprising insofar as if you love Gale, you're already coming at the situation from a bad personality.
Yeah. Laid it out there. See, that's the kind of honesty we'd never get from Gwen.
Yeah, I had to level up Gale in our co-op playthrough because I needed a very hard Arcana check to pass, and I'm a Warlock, and that ain't my shit.
Yeah.
But I did it in the pettiest way possible, which is I made him level 1 of everything.
There you go. You get an achievement if you make somebody that too.
I didn't do it. I didn't spread it out enough. I think I accidentally made him a level 2 barbarian, so I didn't get the achievement. But
very funny.
And then even though I'm never going to use him again, I went to Withers and unleveled him just because.
You don't get to level up.
No,
you get to wander around with a Sims-esque quest marker under your skin. Yeah, but do you think it hurts to feel like you have to level up?
Yeah,
like that,
Gary,
when you have that little arrow and you haven't pressed it yet.
Yeah, it feels like you got a shit nut.
I bet you that feels like a real turtle poking out.
Yeah, you got a real blue colon.
Yep, blue flaps. Good night.
Good night.
Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the Binding of Isaac podcast that covers every single card in the Binding of Isaac series of video games. My name is Gary Butterfield, and with me as always is a man who just received a penalty in sanctimonious soccer, Will Hughes.
Yeah, Gary, I like that. It worked.
Thanks.
It wobbled a little bit at different points, like
yes.
when you're making the match, like the Hot Wheels on the track go too fast.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. That's honest. Yeah, kind of honesty you don't get from Gwen Static.
Yeah, Gary, I'm a very honest person, except when I'm lying for fun or evil,
or no reason really.
Yeah, just kind of to do it, just kind of to make
just
a
because
noise
you can't help
that
it.
Isn't true.
Yeah. Honestly, you should see a doctor about that.
I hate the world, Gary, so I wish to create a false world by speaking.
It seems like you won't.
Gary, holy card.
Yeah. This is good. What's the annoying thing about this? You want this for the character you need to do the hardest thing for to get.
Yeah.
You know? So it gives you a charge of Holy Mantle.
It does. It used to only be for the room, which was bad, and now it's forever.
Yes.
It's until it goes.
That's great. The sucky thing is you have to beat Delirium as the Lost. That works in the meta in a weird way because this is the primary mechanic of the Tainted Lost.
Yes, the Tainted Lost is the only way to get that character a shield or an extra life or anything.
However, I sure could use this card defeating Delirium as the Lost.
Yeah, I don't remember how I did that. I know I've done it, but I don't remember how I did it.
Absolutely overpowered, ridiculous run that you lucked into. That's
and then probably happens. Even then having Dead Cat probably to cover for the fact that Delirium puts 9 million little things on the screen. I hate Delirium
many of which
much.
Delirium sucks so bad, or many of which can just telefrag you. Like horrible boss.
Hi, we made a game where you don't want to take damage, and then we made a boss that does damage at random.
And we made a character that can't take damage.
Yeah, no,
you
Gary,
never want to.
It's a beautiful confluence of shit.
Yeah, it's no good. Hopefully Mugenics fixes it.
Oh my God, Gary, Mugenics is going to fix all the problems.
Yeah.
It's out this year, they keep telling me.
They keep telling me. Fuck Shadow of the Erd Tree, Mugenics.
It's Shadow of the Erd Tree's not coming out till like 27, right?
Yeah.
You are racing that one to the grave, my friend.
It's okay. Like I think I got until 27.
Yeah,
but 3 more years?
Do you ever think about the fact that at some point there's going to be like a Marvel movie that you're just not going to get to?
Yeah. I'm several Marvel movies behind, but yeah.
What?
That could happen at any moment. I haven't watched the Marvels yet. And several TV shows. I could just die at any moment and have that be true.
Yeah, my condolences.
Thanks.
It's sad when something that you love so much that it defines you no longer does.
Yeah. Like, oh, you mean when I die? I die.
You're my North Star, buddy. You're my.
I'm trying to think of what I would be upset about. to not see finish, and I don't know that there is anything.
Yeah, Gary, realizing that I didn't have an answer to this question is the point where I moved out of the hype cycle for everything. Like, oh, something gets delayed, there's more stuff. There's always more stuff, Gary.
I had a feeling of, I would have felt that way a little bit of investment before the big, before Endgame and stuff, before the big Marvel climax. Now that it's over, though, I don't feel that way.
You were very,
and I wouldn't have felt very strongly, but
you were very worried about the little boy who don't feel so good.
Yeah,
what if they didn't bring him back?
I didn't. I wanted him back so bad.
Gary, I know. I was your friend during that period. It was a prevailing topic of conversation.
Yeah, a lot of tears. Are they going to bring him back?
It got real awkward to go out to the bar with you around then.
Yes, I spent a lot of time tricking the bar into doing toast Irish funeral style, and then getting beat up when they realized it was for
Spider-Man. My boy is gone. He didn't feel so good.
And then they were like, lad, so sorry. Get a pint on the house. And then our walking tour of British and Irish pubs. And
the Irish pubs of Portland.
Yes.
With traditional Irish bartenders played by Cole Meany.
There was one Irish bar in Portland. I remember going to that. I think it closed. We got rid of it. There's nothing coming out I want.
Mr. Stock, I don't feel so.
We all know your Urchin Parker voice.
It's fun to do. Do it a little, Gary.
I've done it before. I did it while you were gone.
Gary,
but not to Gwen, just privately.
Yeah, that's great. Gary, sometimes I do try to play the hits for the people.
Listening to what I say.
I'm listening. You said you did it on your own.
Fuck a yes and. That's great. Okay.
No, Gary. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. So you were sitting alone in your room, thinking about me, thinking about Peter Parker. You can't
turn this around.
No, watch me.
No. Yeah, your judo does not work on me. My center of gravity is too low.
What time was it when you did this?
Shut up.
What time? No, Gary, was it the afternoon? Was it 2 a.m? When were you? You really enjoy this comic premise that you were doing
great.
My Peter Parker voice. When was
great.
it?
What is this song? What does this card do? That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Gary,
so this holy card.
See, I'm mad because I did listen. I just didn't.
I just didn't care.
I'm not obligated to care.
How? Why? Of course you are.
Because I got my own stuff.
What do you think listening means?
The sound waves go in. The sound waves go in. Neurons fire. The thought is dismissed. Then I say my thing.
To be a fly on the wall during some of the fights you may or may not have had in a relationship. No, I heard.
So what is it? What is it? Just dead of midnight, and you're just sitting in your rooms going, Mr. Stark.
I was just trying to move us off the Spider-Man impersonation. I know that you're playing the hits. I understand.
A little bit. People missed me, I bet. No one said they did, but I can assume.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to bet things.
Gary, what's this card do?
This card gives you a holy mantle. It used to only last for the room, but now it lasts until you get
Wow, Gary, it's almost like we already fucking said that 10 minutes ago.
Yay. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I feel good.
Yeah, good.
I'm on because I was over in the central time zone, I'm like weirdly morning pilled for a minute.
Yeah.
It won't last, but
what do you think's going to kill it? What's going to bring you over to the night side?
Video games.
Yeah. Video games do be fun though.
Play some maybe I'll play some Suicide Squad.
Yeah, or they kill the Justice League and especially Batman. I want to know what the boss fights are like in that game. I know that game's is controversial, but I want to see what a boss fight is against the Flash looks like. I think that's cool.
So do I. Like the one thing, I talked to my colleague Sam about it, who's been playing the game, Sam Barsanti, and the one thing he said was like, there's a bit where you kind of do a Batman Arkham thing, but from the perspective of the mooks.
Ooh.
So like Batman is just like moving around above you somewhere, taking people out, and that sounds cool.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, there are things about that game that seem pretty neat, even though people got real mad at it.
Yeah,
I mean, it did look like shit. It
looks like total shit.
Yeah, but I can imagine there being cool things about it. Yeah,
they're a good team. They made
It's
good
got a real
games.
weakness. That interpretation of Batman shit. Got a real weakness for it. And I want to see them do the Justice League. I love the idea of killing the Flash. Like, just being like a Harley Quinn. How do you kill the fucking Flash? He travels through time.
I mean, one of his main enemies who is in the game is a
Captain
man with a
Cold.
boomerang.
Oh, there is Boomerang. Okay. I was thinking of the guy with the freeze gun as well.
Yeah, the Flash has often been given trouble by a man whose only superpower is throwing a boomerang good.
It is one of the worst rogues galleries. The Reverse Flash, the Anti-Flash, Captain Boomerang, Abracadabra, the Mirror Master, and Captain Cold.
Oh, you mean Len Snart?
Yes, Len Snart. Who's the worst rogues gallery? Do you think? That one's real bad.
So I do want to point out that the Flash rogues gallery is weirdly, not weirdly, it's beloved because they've a lot of comic authors have made a lot of the fact that they're not. Most of them aren't complete psychopaths. They're just like thieves.
Right on. Yeah.
So there are some actually genuinely good comics that are just about those guys hanging out together when they're not fighting the Flash.
Captain Boomerang's been in a lot of good comics. He's in the original Suicide Squad run from the 80s, which is really good.
Like, I think if you're looking for a bad rogues gallery among the big ones, Superman's got a couple very high cards in the deck, and then everything else I think is meh.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He's a hard character to challenge.
Not for me. I would just ask him, why don't you put all the cities in a bottle?
Ooh, and he would, and then he gives up. Mark Miller.
Yeah, no, Gary, that was
probably the best Mark Miller comic. Like that's a kind of a fun comic, I think.
I don't know. I think the Ultimate X-Men is pretty fun. The early run of that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's for sure fun. Ultimates is fun. Like there are fun comics he's done. He's just then eventually got gross.
Yeah.
Gross. If people like this show, first of all, in Don't Bring Me Down by Hall & Oates, does he say Don't Bring Me Down Gross or Don't Bring Me Down Bruce? Right in. Also, go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv, give us some dollars, and leave us a rating review on Apple Podcast Addict. I am gross.
On the plane, I played a lot of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch. There's some good content in that. That game is... if it hadn't been a Switch exclusive, I think people would have genuinely liked it.
I really tried. I'm a big fan of that franchise.
Yeah.
I really tried with that one. I don't like Team Ninja. I don't like how they make games.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like the way that every boss is invincible for like 2/3 of the time.
Yes.
Like each one has the cycle of that. Like, I don't know. And I love the original ones of those. I should have been in the pocket. I get your point. Like, if they're easier to play co-op, I could see that being really fun.
And also not like, while playing them, you couldn't hear whatever you're holding slowly heating up to explosion.
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
Like, it's a very meta kind of game where you're racing the clock of your Switch, just like burning away in your hands. A
hole in your lap, or like into a safe you're trying to crack, like thermite. You get the guy who can pick locks, and you get the guy with the bag man, and you get somebody who can play Ultimate Alliance 3 on a Switch.
Thermite Termite would be a pretty good
Flash villain. Yeah, I like Thermite Termite. Give me a review.
Sure. How about this one from Least Parasocial Gup? Listening to Pinch Me right now because it was mentioned on an old episode of Guppy I was listening to again. I thought to myself, Ed Robertson is certainly the more talented of the two main ladies. And then I thought, I'm not sure who would be more upset to hear that, the other one or Gary Butterfield. Everything to Guppy is a beautiful show that will expand your mind with whole new thoughts, connect you with other human beings, and make you regret both. 1 star, what a time to be alive. 5-star review.
Thank you. I don't know which one is which in Bare Naked Ladies.
That's what I was like. Who are I couldn't remember the fucking song. So
I know Pinch Me very well. I hate that song because it played a lot during Pinch Me. I made you see underwear. I was working retail when that was on the radio all the time. Got me real mad at that song. But I don't know which one is which.
Oh, flashing back to last week, Gary. We didn't talk enough about Kavoth. Okay. You haven't read the Patrick Rothfuss Name of the Wind books, right?
No.
I'm trying to think how much to tell you about Kavoth, but I think we'll just move on with our lives.
We can save it for the next episode.
Yeah, you wouldn't care for Kavoth, Gary, I guess is the point I would like to make.
Don't vote Kavoth.
Don't vote Kavoth.
Until next time, don't vote Kavoth.
Till next time, don't vote Kavoth. Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined as always by a guy who, Wildcard! Gary Butterfield. Wow, the wildest card of all, sneezing.
I know. While sneezing on mic without muting it, that's wild card behavior.
Yeah, you're a real wild card Hickok.
Yeah. Bad gambler. Well, Bill.
According to a TV show, yeah. You know, they made a new movie about him. It's Calamity Jane.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it stars the people from Arrow.
Oh.
the love interest from Arrow, and also Arrow is Wild Bill, although he's not in it long because he gets dead man handed.
You know, The Flash has a bad rogues gallery, but I can't name anybody who's a Green Arrow villain.
I believe that they mostly just adopt other villains and kind of shunt them in. Prometheus.
I was going to say Slipknot, but I think Slipknot I was originally a Firestorm villain. I know that because that was the first comic I got into.
Sure. Are you thinking of the Slipknots?
No, I wish I was, though. I love thinking about those guys.
I know you do, buddy. I was giving you a little mental gift there.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Hey, I try to take care of my guy.
I appreciate that as well. Your guy appreciates it. Hey, guess what I did over the weekend?
Gary, I can't think of it. My brain is too wired right now to think of anything suitably boring to insult you with. So just go ahead and tell me.
I'll just tell you. It's going to be boring to hear about, but it wasn't boring. I promise you that. Me and Liv, my wife, had our makeup anniversary dinner. So we rented a hot tub during the day. Then went and had a very fancy dinner at a French bistro.
Oh, what? I guess
at a prefix menu. Bergerac.
Now you know you're being fancy when they got the
Prixifix. We got Prixifixed.
We went down to the Piggly Wiggly and got the Prixifixed.
I could have eaten escargot. I chose not to. I didn't want to dig anything out of a shell. But yeah, it was quite good.
Didn't want to dig anything. Gary Butterfield, don't fuck with crab.
I really don't do shellfish that much. I don't like digging things out of their skeletons. It weirds me out.
Yeah, I guess you're already shellfish enough in your day-to-day life.
And my deadly allergy, you fuck. I don't have.
Gary, are you allergic to anything?
Allergy. I once had a very bad allergic reaction to a bug bite that my doctor determined was an allergic reaction to spider bites.
Okay.
And up until a few years ago, my answer to that question would have been spider bites, but I've hence been bit by spiders and not had it do that. So there is a bug out there that I don't know that I do have an allergic reaction to its bite. But I don't think it's a spider.
I'm trying to figure out how to kill you with this, but you've made it very irritating.
I know. I've made it a little puzzle. You had to get every bug. You know, here if it helps. When it happened, I was in Aurora, Illinois. So just bugs that are local to Aurora, Illinois.
Is it possible you're just allergic to places mentioned in Wayne's World?
I was born there.
Have you been to Noah's Arcade? Did you have a bad reaction?
There's no such thing as Noah's Arcade, my friend. I was born in Aurora.
Gary, do you want to move to Aurora and start Noah's Arcade and make all those games? Zoltar, the gelatinous cube or whatever?
It's two of every game. It's a little weird to have a Noah's Arcade nowadays, given that Noah's a religious figure. Like Noah's Arcade would feel a little weird to me. We live in a more secular society than Wayne's World did.
I mean, he was a religious figure back then too.
Noah?
Yeah.
I suppose that's true.
When Wayne's World came out, they had not updated the Bible to include him.
No, but it would be weirder to have Judas's quarter muncher today than it would be then, you know?
Gary, I don't think Noah's Arcade was really trying to... I don't think it was angling for the Christian arcade gamer market, dude. I don't think that was an aspect.
Isn't it interesting that there are no Christian arcade games? like
Gary
Christian,
is so
Christian video
interesting.
games.
Well, Gary,
only
shut
made
up.
their way to
I'm
Home
having
Market.
to shut up, please.
Since you said please.
That's so fucking interesting. Go on.
Thank you. They made their home console ones, but what if they're in like one corner of the arcade? There was, some kind of like Frogger, but you jump on Bibles or some shit. Or if there was a bespoke arcade, now that making an arcade game is not super hard, that had like Christian spins on this shit.
Where do we put it? Where do we build it?
Oh, like a Christian amusement park, that anti-evolutionary amusement park in Ohio that doesn't believe dinosaurs exist or whatever.
Gary, I'm looking something up.
Okay.
Is there a Christian pinball table?
Yeah, see? Now you're on the trolley.
Okay, so first result on pinside.com is asking Lamb of God or Bible Adventures pinball machine? What? I'm having a hard time figuring out if these exist. I don't think they do. There are 57 posts in this topic. I'm on page 1 of 2. This was posted this was posted a couple months ago. Gary, I don't think there's a Christian pinball table.
No, there's one that was made by a manufacturer called Christian Automatic.
Yeah.
Sahara Love, but it doesn't look like it is a Christian in subject matter.
I got something here
sexy.
that says spiritual pinball, but it's from a website called Give Me Christ, and I think it might just be using a metaphor.
Yeah. Interesting.
The answer came to me in a revelational picture of a pinball machine. You pull back the spring-loaded knob and let it go, sending a steel ball out of the chute to the top of the machine, and gravity brings it down toward the exit chute. Ah! Revelation. But standing in the way of that ball's free and unhindered descent are obstacles called bumpers all over the place, most of which have their own spring-loaded mechanisms by which, when struck by the ball, they send it flying off in random directions. That ball is not free to go where it wants to go, the exit chute. In fact, even as it gets close to that exit chute, there's a very deliberate mechanism in place meant to keep it out. The flippers. So it is with well-meaning Christians. They read the Word of God and they desire to believe it and live it and see its truth manifested in their life. But when they try, so many obstacles to the truth's free expression seem to jump out and block their way. And I'm not just talking about carnally lustful type sins. There are trickier kinds. So, Gary... The basic, even beyond the wildness of some of this, the basic metaphor is that the pinball want to die.
Yeah, pinball would like to, but well-meaning Christians. There are many obstacles. Well-meaning Christians keep bumping them out, but they can't do it all the time.
I have never thought about the fact that ball want to die and go to Jesus.
It's just gravity. Yeah, that's beautiful. I don't know. I think they're onto something here. That guy knows something we don't. That's wise. It's
shout out to Steve Hartlob.
Yep, rabbinical. Steve Hartlob. What does this card do, Will?
What card?
What card do?
What is this? The wild card? Oh, this is fun. It's like a powered up Verp.
Yeah, it Verp that works for other consumables.
And since that sentence contained no information, when used, this copies the effect of the most recently used pill, card, rune, soulstone, or activated item.
That's really great. That's very, very powerful.
I don't have this, but I think it's just laziness because you unlock this by doing Mega Satan with Tainted Eden, and I love Tainted Eden, so I'll get this at some point.
They're really inconsistent about putting unlocks behind Mega Satan. Only some characters have them. A lot of characters have bullshit. So, just bullshit. No one would blame you for not having this yet. I don't.
Have it or blame me?
Blame you.
Okay.
Or have it.
Oh, I blame you for that.
I lost my my win streak.
I'm sorry,
Isaac
Gary. What was it up to?
52.
Wow.
I know.
I had my negative win streak up to like 90.
90?
I was doing Greedier as the Lost.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah, that was one of the things I did when I was off in Chicago doing labor.
Yeah. Being a hero.
I don't think that was the case. No.
I consider you a hero.
Oh.
Right. No.
I thought that would feel like something, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Lesser hero. So not like, like a big time hero. What's the smallest thing you think somebody could do and still be considered a hero?
Save someone's life.
Yeah, less than that.
Me? What I did? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But I don't know, something even smaller than that.
That is my bar for heroism. You have to save a life.
I called an ambulance when a guy was having a heart attack, like a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Maybe saved his life.
No, I would say probably the paramedic saved his life.
Yeah, will help though.
There's a decent chance he would have lived anyway. You can survive a heart attack sometimes.
Yeah, he might have. He didn't seem like he was gonna.
No, what was he? Was he saying a lot of things? Was he talking to his wife Elizabeth a lot?
It was pretty scary. I mean, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, was he asking for Lamont?
It was a lot like
was
what
it the big
Sanford and Son does as well. Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't a junkyard that I did this. Okay. A junkyard where it's unclear how it makes money.
They sell me old computer parts.
Okay. There was a movie that me and Gwen talked about that I think you would like in the last episode. That is our next adaptation, Decay.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. I remember having to annoyedly bleep that out. Yes.
Yes. Just keep that in your pocket, thinking about this question when you eventually watch it.
What question? If people enjoy this show, Gary, what should they do?
That's a great question. Go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. Give us some dollars and then leave us a rating review on Apple Podcast or Podcast Addict.
Yeah, please.
Or really anywhere. If you find somewhere else, that's great too.
Yeah, you can find. Yeah, let us know. I run out all the time. But also keep mentioning Kavoth in your reviews because I like thinking about how much I hate Kavoth.
Yeah, don't vote Kavoth.
Haven't read the review yet. Don't do our famous sign off yet.
I know. I was just reminding everyone.
All right, this one is a 5-star review from Semazai. This is the best improv podcast I've found. Topic: Will's mom. Object: underwear. Setting: Night Vale. My only complaint is how often they get distracted and talk about some game called Binding of Isaac. Very fair.
Yeah, it's been a while since we thought about your mom's panties on the show. So.
Yeah, who's we? You got a mouse in your pocket.
Yeah, that's true. Who's you?
Gary, I didn't say that phrase until you stung me with that phrase 3 times in the early run of Guppy, and it just burnt me so bad.
It's real good, right?
Yeah, it hurt my feelings when you said it.
Yeah, it's useful.
It's very useful.
It's useful. It's like a sidearm. It's like a little dagger you have, just for a little extra. Just a little poke, chip damage. Don't vote Kavoth.
Don't vote Kavoth.
Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy. It's the Binding of Isaac podcast that covers every soul in the Binding of Isaac series of video games. My name is Gary Butterfield, and with me as always is the 1,000 souls you get when you kill the forgotten pygmy, Will Hughes.
Chip Damage! Hi, Gary!
Hey, Chip Damage.
Yeah, welcome to my arcade review. I'm Chip Damage. I don't know what my concept is yet, but it's video gamey, I think.
Did you say arcade review?
Arcade review. I'm reviewing all the arcade games, one at a time.
Okay. All right. Let's start at the beginning, shall we?
Primal Rage! What I enjoy about Primal Rage is that sometimes there's a bikini lady and you eat them. Even though, logically, the creatures that you're playing as have no interest in human sexuality.
Yeah.
The sexy ladies are still there.
You ever eat a sexy lady in the arcade game Rampage?
Yeah, man. Every fucking day. Every fucking day of my life, Gary Butterfield, I am going out playing Rampage because I can't nut till I eat the sexy lady.
Yeah, man, I can't nut until I eat a sexy lady either. I'm with you. We have much to discuss.
I'm Chip Damage, and I'm a sex blogger, I guess.
Well, sex in arcades.
That's my favorite Marcy Playground song.
Have you ever pictured the little holographic cowboy
Nothing
from Sega Time Tracks naked?
Pretty good Marcy Playground pull. Didn't get one fucking inch of traction.
Well, I just assume you know music. I'm not assuming you barely know bands.
You said, you said sex and arcades, and I thought sex and candy. I'll reference Marcy Playground. Didn't get one
Gary,
millimeter of laughter out of this man.
I just assume we all are familiar with the greater works of Marcy Playground.
My plane better be a VTOL, because this man has given me no runway.
I go for deeper Marcy Playground cuts these days.
Yeah, you want to name one other Marcy Playground song without Googling?
Cloak of Elvenkind. I'm joking.
What?
Yeah, Chip. That is a Marcy Playground song.
Cloak of Elvenkind?
Yeah, it's about a kid whose parents make him stop playing D&D.
That's the wildest thing I've heard of since I got the mammy bonus in Revolution X.
Yep. Can't eat a lady in Revolution X though, sadly.
No, that's Gary. Chip Damage had to leave. When I told my mom, I got the mammy bonus. That's the second most horrified she's ever been by a video game. The most horrified being. Go ahead.
I was gonna say what was the first. I was just setting you up.
It was when we were at Babbage's and she was looking at games and she picked up a Leisure Suit Larry. And I said, Mom, don't look at that. They do Nookie in that.
Was she terrified at what you said? Was she going to abandon her
I
dork
think,
son
if
in
memory
the store?
serves, I think she thought Nookie was just anal sex. So she was outraged.
Leisure Suit Larry's just winking furiously from the cover.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Just thought Nookie was anal sex. That changes a lot of things. That changes that Limp Bizkit song a lot.
And what else?
Yeah. Nookie, the 80s Phil E.T. knockoff.
Sure. Yeah.
We're talking about Soul of the it's Soul Time.
The song for which is
it's What We Do in the Shadows.
Don't sing if you want to live long. They have no use for your song.
Rune.
Stand out of this.
Rune.
You dumb motherfucker. You didn't even...
Nope.
I told you to listen to last week, in which I excoriated you in the commentary notes for not knowing what the fucking Soul song is.
I haven't finished it yet. I started it, though.
Yeah, I know. That became readily apparent 20 seconds ago.
I had an anniversary to do. I was at a bistro. It was Panic at the Bistro. Sorry.
It's
what is the song for Soul?
It's 7:30 a.m. by Slothrust, the theme song to You're the Worst.
I wanted to listen to it. You were like, hey, listen to it. I did some stuff. And I did, but I had just recorded it. So a lot of the me and Gwen stuff was fresh.
Gary, let's be very clear. It had been a week and a half.
Yeah. What did I say?
You had just recorded it.
It's still pretty fresh.
Okay.
Like a week and a half of making the jokes. And I started it and I just didn't finish it. I didn't listen to that many podcasts. I'm right on chores.
Was this supposed to be defensible, what you're saying?
I think it's defensible. I'm not on your beck and call to listen to my own podcast.
Hey, Gary, I'm really proud of how I kind of handled this. It meant a lot to me.
I like how you did it. I just haven't finished it yet.
It's 7:30 a.m. by Slothrust. It goes, I'm gonna leave you anyway. I'm gonna leave you anyway. It's a good song.
Soul.
Yeah, okay, you have heard it. All right, thank God.
Okay, see? We're talking about Soul of the Forgotten.
Motherfucker.
This sucks bad.
Does it? It seems good. I don't have it.
It's not good. It gives you another character like Jacob and Esau recording or not recording, controlling scheme. And I find those awkward, personally. And he dies really easily.
Yeah, he's got what? He comes with what? 3 empty bone hearts?
3 bone hearts. No, they're full bone hearts.
Okay.
So he can take 6 total hits. But with the super hard to control and also him having melee range.
Yeah.
Either you or him are going to take hits trying to make this happen. It's
I
not
guess
very useful.
all I'm getting from it, like he Forgotten hits like a brick. So
yeah, I love the Forgotten. The good version of this would turn you into the Forgotten, like the Soul of the Lost does.
Yeah.
As opposed to just giving you a bonus Forgotten that is super hard to control. But you kind of have to decouple them because he's doing melee and you're doing ranged.
Yeah.
If you were playing a melee character, it'd be great because he'd just stay on top of you and double your damage.
Mm-hmm.
I just find this very hard to use and it pollutes up my soul pool.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I want to like it because I love the Forgotten.
He's
so fun.
He's a fun one.
Yeah, he's a fun little skeleman. I enjoy him.
Oh, what's that, Gary?
Excuse me.
You want me to do a little skeleton voice?
Yeah.
Nah.
I was burping, but yes.
Nah.
No?
I heard what you said about my skeleton voice last week.
I did a good impersonation of it.
You did. Yeah, actually, Gary, can you do my skeleton voice a little bit for me?
Yeah.
To me?
I'm a skeleton.
Who is this imitator? Who dares step into my dojo and try to fight me on my own turf? You are a false skeleton.
No, there's bones under here. I promise.
Under the skin? Everyone's got bones under the skin.
Okay.
Under the Skin, Brian Glazer, director of Zone of Interest.
Oh, Zone of Interest. The Scorpion movie.
The Scorpion Pizza movie, yes.
Yeah, Scorpion. We've had Scorpion Pizza.
Well, Gary, I just checked, and that's the least respectful way to refer to a Holocaust drama, so...
That whole Scorpion Pizza situation.
It makes sense as a metaphor.
It does make sense as a metaphor, and I bet you we can come up with something less respectful if we wanted to.
We probably could, Gary, if we wanted to, which we don't.
I don't want to. But I can't get rid of the intrusive thought.
Yeah, Gary, I don't think we get enough credit for how hard a game of defense you and I are playing with intrusive thoughts every second a microphone is on.
I do spend a lot of time not saying stuff. And you'd be surprised with what I say, that's true, but it is true. Every once in a while something will slip through and we have to actually edit it out. I've had a couple gaffes.
But it's not, it's almost never like bad stuff. It's just really dumb.
For the most part, I've accidentally said a couple bad things. Like, not like real gross.
Yeah.
But I've said a couple things that were regrettable.
Would you include in that a moment when a friend tried to give you an out and you slapped his hand away just now?
Oh, you mean just now?
Yeah, just now when I was like, but you never say anything really bad. No, I do. I say some really bad shit sometimes. You hear it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I do. I would include that time as well. My defenses are very low. I'm very soft this morning.
You're a good soft boy. It's 11 in the morning.
It's early. I didn't get tons of sleep. I had bad acid reflux last night.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, it was real bad.
Take anything for that?
I did. I took some, it was real wild. I took some chewable antacids, like you do.
Okay.
And then got up and peed, went back to sleep, and then woke up and had this horrible, taste of the antacid in my throat.
Yeah.
Like my stomach was rejecting the antacid. So then I had to take Pepto, and I eventually figured it out. But my throat's a little sore, and I didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah. Olivia takes, medication for
Me too.
acid reflux. Yeah.
On top of it. It still flares up every once in a while. My GERD.
It's one of the worst ways to wake up.
It's pretty gross. The call is coming from inside the house, literally. You don't want foreign bodies in your throat without knowing it.
There's an Achewood line that is something like the little boy realizes that in every life there will be at least a few moments of unsurmountable pain.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what acid reflux is not.
I surmount it on the regular, but it sucks,
It's a pain you can't do anything about.
You can every once in a while an antacid will work, but it feels like a coin flip to me, whether that'll work. But on the plus side, you do get a nice little treat.
The antacid. Gary,
Yeah.
are you eating those candy antacids?
Yeah.
Which you got the smoothie? You got the
got
smoothies,
the
or do you got the
smoothie.
candy coated ones?
I got the smoothies.
You got the smoothie. Yeah,
I'm
no, they're
doing
very.
smoothies.
They're nice to
They're
chew.
good. Me and Liv got into these Mentos vitamins
Great.
that are really delicious. Yeah, I've been eating a lot of good for you, like a lot of candy medicine.
Oh,
lately.
this isn't candy. Oh.
I mean, it's technically sugar free. They're both technically sugar free, but they have real candy vibes to them.
Yeah.
Enjoying the candy vibes.
Gary, be honest with me.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a candy medicine when you didn't have the problem the medicine addresses?
I'm sure the answer. Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So a little bit of an edge case, but if vitamins
Final Fantasy
count,
IV? Yes, they do.
then vitamins count. Then yes,
Okay.
I've certainly eaten Flintstone vitamins recreationally or high C vitamin chews.
As an adult?
As a late teen. Like,
Gary, why were there Flintstone vitamins in your house when you were a
they
late
weren't at my
teen?
house.
Oh,
They were at a cousin's house. I was stealing them. Of course they weren't at my house. Don't be stupid.
Becky, there were supposed to be 40 Flintstone vitamins still in the jar. Why are there
Yeah.
only 22?
Who counts vitamins? That's what I was counting on anyway, and I got away with it until now. The statute of limitations is far over.
I'm sorry, Gary. I am
For
just
vita
imagining
theft.
this pimply, overweight teen standing in his
pimplier.
cousin's bathroom, just like shoving little Fred Flintstones in his mouth.
I savored them.
Okay.
There's no shoving.
I go to bistros.
Yeah, I went to bistros. Every one was a delicate dance upon my palate. I would get Dino, and he would do the delicate Dino dance on my tongue.
Gary, what if we had a fancy restaurant and we did serve Flintstone vitamins as the dessert?
That's a great idea. There
are
like
some
a compote
kids who
ice
would
cream.
fucking eat that up.
And there are some adults that eat up, and if you crush them up, I like the idea of hiding some Flintstone vitamins in haute cuisine. That is a fun idea.
The glaze on this salmon is the most rich, delicious thing I've ever tasted. What's chef? What is your secret? I'll never tell.
Yeah,
Fuck, it's living.
Yeah, microplaning, Bam Bam onto a plate of pasta.
Just putting it in the mandolin and just
Yeah, Bam 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 Bam.
What are these little circles? Who knows?
Yep, no one will ever know. I love that.
And the
idea.
mandolin
Those
is a
vitamins taste
bird.
good. Yes, all full circle. The
It wasn't that big of a circle. It was just a reference to a minute ago.
I was just trying to think of how the bird would work as a mandolin.
I think
It's like
you
a
have
sharp
like the
beak.
structure there, and you just have the beak that you'd be sliding it.
Yeah, sliding it back and forth. That'd probably be a pretty good job in terms of Flintstone torture animals.
It's a living.
Like you taste food a lot. It's much more than the cement mixer one.
You taste raw food.
You know? You would taste a lot of raw food. But birds aren't that picky.
You know what, Gary? In hindsight, it's actually quite rare that a bird gets to enjoy non-raw food.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking said. Bird pulls a worm out of the ground. It's raw again. Why is no one cooking these worms?
It's time to fire up the hibachi.
Dumbest
That's like
fucking
when
man in
conservatives got
podcasting.
super mad about how people were going to make everyone drink plant-based beers. It's like, what are you talking about? What's the opposition to that? If you like this show, if you want to listen to the Dumbest Man podcasting and join me in welcoming him back, you can go to Patreon. Yep. Go to patreon.com/duckfeed.tv. That's the
We're
good place to
officially
go.
out of cards now, by the way, Gary. We've got like one more set of
Maybe
things
one
that are
more week.
card-like.
Yeah. Pills? And that's stupid, right? I don't know. We should figure this out sooner than later, I guess.
I think it's monsters. I think it's enemies.
Oh, yeah, we might have to move on to enemies. People said we wouldn't do it, but that's a good reason to do it.
I mean, people say we wouldn't do it because for years it was part of the intro and we never did it.
Yeah. Yeah. What about chest? Chest
Doesn't give us a ton of room, but sure.
Let's do chest first.
Okay.
Okay. They'll do a couple weeks on chest.
I mean, Gary, we got to save something for whenever we do our next live show. We already burnt
yeah,
rocks.
I guess. Well, I think checks is a step up. Sacks will be for our next live show.
Well, also, Gary, there's more rocks now.
Shit, Rocks 2024 update, firmware update, extra firm. The firmament update, firmament wear update. A reading review like this one.
Yeah, like this one left on Podcast Addict by Overseas Gup. Sorry about that horrible milk review, boys. I couldn't remember the name of the show you both enjoy equally, Monk. I kept thinking it was milk. Anyway, in my country, you would be politely but firmly beaten senseless for owning 1 gram of weed, so please tell me, do you think in 20 years we will have aged weed hipsters talking about a 2012 vintage blend, like with wine? That sounds even worse than Guppy, a 2-star show. And that was a 5-star review. Those people already exist.
Yeah, it's true. And it bums me out. But even though the weed gummy I moved onto, because I couldn't sleep, is making me less groggy than the last one.
I mean, that's great, Gary. It probably has different of the drug chemicals in it.
Yeah, I don't really know how that all works, but I assume that
you should learn, given how many of them you're consuming.
I was doing a brand that felt very affordable, and then they had a sale, so I tried this one. I might upgrade. Yeah. And for more exciting updates next week.
The rating a thing you're using medicinally on its affordability is just amazing.
It's pretty bleak, right? Mm-hmm. But it is true. You know, anything that you take every day, you got to be careful about. My cereal budget's through the roof. Anywho,
don't vote for Kvoth.
Oh yeah, don't vote for Kvoth. That's what it was.
Do you want
to remember Kvoth.
Really fast, try to spell Kvoth for me.
Ooh, Kavothe.
See, that's how a person would spell it. Kvothe.
Okay,
Kvoth.
Give me the 2-sentence summary on Kvoth.
Kvoth
Tell me one sentence what they are and one sentence why you don't like them.
He is the world's greatest and now retired adventurer who is a master of magic and sword fighting and sex, but he's sad.
Okay, that's perfect. I know exactly why you don't like that character. Because
he reminds me too much of myself?
Yeah, no, because it reminds you... No, you're not what are you a master of? No, because he's a Mary Sue.
Fair.
You know?
Sorry, Gary. I'm just processing. What are you a master of? And I didn't have an answer.
It's a great question.
It's certainly a mean question.
Prove me wrong, baby.
No. Don't vote for Kvoth.
Don't vote for Kvoth.